Sure. Here's a cleaned-up and rewritten version of your commentary, preserving your insights and tone, but making it more concise, organized, and easier to follow, like a script or article-style breakdown. Andre Ward versus Sullivan Barrera, a compelling light heavyweight clash. Of all the fights scheduled for the first half of 2016, the one that intrigues me the most is the light heavyweight bout between Andre Ward and Sullivan Barrera. Ward's debut at 175 pounds alone makes this a compelling matchup, but there's a deeper story here, especially when you look at Ward's career trajectory over the past few years. The curious case of Andre Ward after winning the Super 6 tournament with a dominant victory over Carl Froch in late 2011, Ward looked poised for superstardom. However, his career since then has been sporadic. He fought Chad Dawson in 2012 and Edwin Rodriguez in 2013. Then, due to promotional and injury issues, he didn't fight at all in 2014 and only had one fight in 2015, a tune-up against Paul Smith. That inactivity makes this upcoming fight a significant test. Not only is Ward moving up in weight, but he's also facing a hungry and skilled opponent in Sullivan Barrera. Meet Sullivan Barrera. While not a household name yet, Barrera brings a solid pedigree to the table. A Cuban fighter with a strong amateur background, he's compiled an impressive record early in his pro career, 16 or 17 fights with increasing momentum. Since Ward's win over Froch, Barrera has had 9 fights, 3 of which came in 2015, and he won all of those by stoppage. Among his recent opponents was Jeff Lacey. Yes, that Jeff Lacey, the former champion defeated by Joe Calzaghe a decade ago. Barrera dominated Lacey, forcing a stoppage in the 4th round. He also beat Karo Murat, a former opponent of Bernard Hopkins and Nathan Cleverly. Between those fights, he faced Jolt Erdé's protégé Zul, arguably his toughest challenge to date. In that fight, Barrera had to overcome adversity, including a cut from an accidental headbutt, but closed the show impressively. Breaking down, Barrera's strengths are clear. He has a sharp, effective jab which serves as the foundation for his offense, and a solid right hand behind it. He moves well, changes speeds on his punches, and is most comfortable operating from the outside, but he's also effective at mid-range, where he mixes hooks and uppercuts to both the head and body before stepping back to reset. He's technically sound, tactically smart, and offensively versatile. One question mark is his durability. He was dropped once in a bout against Lee Campbell, but it looked more like a slip. Still, it's something to monitor. Ward's form and style A's for Ward. His last outing against Paul Smith didn't reveal much. He stayed in first gear for most of the fight, relying on the jab and right hand. Smith didn't pose much of a threat, although there was a moment where he landed a solid shot that got fans talking. But it's hard to draw conclusions about Ward's current form from that performance. At his best, Ward is a master of adaptation. In the Super 6, he outclassed a variety of styles, breaking Mikkel Kessler's rhythm with roughhouse tactics, smothering Alan Green on the inside, and outboxing Froch with hooks, angles, and superb timing. His versatility was a major asset. The matchup: Ward versus Barrera. This fight could come down to Ward's ability to neutralize Barrera's jab. Historically, Ward has excelled at taking away his opponent's best weapons, and if he can disrupt Barrera's rhythm, that could spell trouble for the Cuban. Footwork will be key. Ward has faster, more purposeful feet and better ring positioning. If he can control distance and angles, I think he'll find ways to break Barrera down methodically. That said, Barrera is no pushover. He's taller, naturally bigger, and hits harder than most of Ward's previous opponents. If Ward is no longer the fighter he was in 2011-2012, Barrera has the skills to capitalize. Prediction: I'm picking Andre Ward by unanimous decision. Something along the lines of 116, 112, or 170, 111. If Ward can take away the jab and dictate the tempo with his superior footwork, he should control most of the rounds. Still, Barrera is a serious test and deserves full credit if he pulls off the upset. No matter the outcome, this is a fascinating clash of styles and a crucial step in Ward's return to elite form. I can't wait to see how it plays out. This is Rumsfeld. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe for more upcoming fight analysis. See you next time.